Betty Mali, Sazo Figa Gada, Baby Unga Habi.
Good morning, good evening,
good and tart,
whatever you prefer. Welcome to another showing, a showcase.
Good brunch.
Yes, welcome to another showcase of nothing but football. We talk about football, and it's not going to change. Well, maybe it will today, but yeah, man. I guess last week was a confusing week. We're talking about cats.
I mean, we might get beauty tips today.
Yeah, maybe, you never know. Yeah, but guys, thank you for joining us again. If it's your first time as well, welcome. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that other jazz. But yeah, let me introduce the co-host for now. On my close right, I've got Uncle Lukusa. I did you last week, so I'm mixing it up.
You did me, dog. Jesus, man. You could have foreplayed me, dog.
Are you going back to this no homo shit?
You could have foreplayed me a bit, dog. I love you too, dog, but you could have hit me with a bit of foreplay. Make me
no
feel
petroleum
special.
jelly, nothing, dog.
Like, this nigga's moving on like I'm on a hit list, dog. Like I was on a hit list, and now it's on to the next person, dog.
Let me lube you up nicely, bro.
Oh, wait,
but yes, on my close right, I've got Uncle Curtis. No. Confused me there, Uncle Curtis.
I'm memorable, dog.
No, you're still flipping.
This guy's so petty, dog. Let me get introduced.
The thing is, this guy's still talking about his loop talk. So this loop talk got me, shook a little bit. My close right, I've got King Don Father.
Oh, where?
Uncle
What it
Lukusa,
do? What it do? What it do?
You good?
Easy.
No, that's good, man. That's good. Then further right, Uncle Curtis. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing, dog. I'm happy. I'm a memorable night now, dog. all you had is me on your mind, dog.
Yes, man. Speaking of, memorable nights, we're gonna get into plenty of topics, I guess. In the footballing world, the cat situation, obviously. It seems as though, for now, Zouma is safe from a West Ham point of view.
Shout out David Moyes.
David Moyes has come out and said basically what issues he has outside of football is outside of football. So if he's available to play, he's available to play. There's nothing we can do about that. And obviously, we've seen from West Ham fans, there was actually leaked footage. I don't know if it was pre-game or post-game. The fans have a new chant for Zouma. I didn't see it. They have an inflatable cat that they're busy kicking around in the stadium. So it seems as though...
support.
Yeah, it seems as though the fans are kind of saying, hey, listen, brah, you made a mistake.
But you know the thing to me, dog? When we first saw it, we were like, nah, dog, this is not about the cat. It's more than the cat. And we got confirmed when his brother, who took a video, got suspended by Dagenham and Redham. Like, come on, now we know it's not about the cat. It's like, oh man, we can't lynch black people anymore.
Yeah.
This is the way we can lynch them. Let's make sure they can't get jobs. Or something like that. So, at least David Moyes stuck up for our boys. Like, nah, dog, it's a cat.
Yeah.
And shout out to the West Ham fans. It's a cat.
Yeah. No, in all fairness, I do understand.
Elon Musk has killed 15 monkeys in the past 30 days. Trying to put neurochips into monkeys' heads. 15 have died of the 31.
Hectic.
So where's the animal rights now, doc? Don't monkeys' lives matter too?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I
think no one's condoning it, but as far as the things people or other players and whatever have gotten away with, I'm sorry, this is not the one he needs to die for.
No, that's also my thing. As in, like, to give him his punishment.
Yeah.
If you're saying if they're gonna take legal matters like jail and all that stuff,
sure.
Let the authorities handle that. Let England's equivalent of SPCA.
If you're gonna start getting rid of people for animals, dog, they need to get rid of Gylfi Sigurdsson first, dog. I don't want to hear that guy's name anywhere near a pitch first. Get that nigga out of here first, and then we can talk about other things.
So there's also another topic that I wanted to get into, but I'm actually looking for the article. But let me actually just let's start with some football fixtures. I'll look for the article while we talk about it, because it reminds me of a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago on this podcast. So let's just start with some games. I think it is game week 25. I'll start with the game that
taking good shape now.
Yeah, basically the game that happened.
Can you all finally commit to predictions today?
Eh?
Can you all finally commit to predictions today?
What predictions? We commit to
the whole season we've been saying, who you think will too early to tell. Too early to tell. Too early to tell.
Top
four, relegation, everything.
Don't lie, dog. We said it was Chelsea. It was said it was Man City, Liverpool for the league. Top four, you ask how's Arsenal coming in? We're like, hey Joe, we don't know because we're topsy-turvy.
We just come off actually a 3-game losing streak, so we couldn't really say anything.
No, but who was your predictions for top four? I don't remember anyone committing to a prediction.
I think I might have called City winning it. Liverpool, yeah, obviously I saw them there. I think I called Chelsea. Number 4 was the one where I said it's open game.
Oh, okay.
Because last year's top 4 race was too close to think. But obviously Liverpool, City and Chelsea were the easy calls.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea. Oh, knocked out West Ham.
Yeah, on the last day.
Yeah, on the last day. Yeah. So yeah, I think, I don't know. I'd have to look back at the tapes, but I think my top 4 still remains the same.
I was just being spicy. But
To tell you the truth, I don't know. Because no one wants top 4. You guys don't want top 4. We don't want top 4. Oh, okay. We've had a break for a while now, so we'll see what happens in our first game. We have a shot at redemption with Brentford, so that will happen. Tottenham definitely doesn't want top 4. So since we're talking about Tottenham, that's the first game that I'm going to get into. Tottenham actually went up against Wolves at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and that game ended up 2-0 to Wolves. If you guys remember correctly, after Arsenal beat Wolves with one man down,
they became a bunch of babies.
They were talking about how we celebrated it like we won the league and whatnot. I actually think we didn't actually get to talk about that, funny enough.
We didn't. You know what's the funny thing about that situation? We have a bunch of players or a club that hasn't won the league in over 60 years busy talking about they celebrating like they won the league. You wouldn't know. Ouch. You wouldn't know.
No,
you wouldn't. No, so what you talking about? Don't talk about things you don't know.
No, but in all fairness, after watching that Wolves versus Arsenal game, I feel as though the players who celebrated it deserved to celebrate. It was Ramsdale who got a clean sheet with 10 men down. Ben White, Gabriel, who scored the goal and kept clean sheet. Those are the players who lost their minds.
You know what? That celebration was typical of we went down to 10 men. We feel hard down by because I have never in my life seen a player get 2 yellow cards for that. It was a foul throw.
You know what? You actually just reminded me of that game. We can actually talk about that.
You know, it was a foul throw to begin with. Nah. Sharp, the first one is a foul, but there's no advantage because it was a quick throw and it was a foul throw. Nah. And then he knocks him down. I've never seen that in my life. I saw a highlight of Michael Oliver. He was in charge of that game. I think it was Wigan versus something. Nah. They literally grabbed somebody, threw them to the floor, ran to the next player, and slid across him. He only gave 1 yellow.
Yeah.
It's like what Arteta said. It feels like the ref was wanting to give that yellow card. So I'm proud of the team performance for that Thursday. And yeah, we'll get to the ref and stuff, but Wolves.
Uncle Lucas, I don't know if you saw that game, and it completely slipped my mind actually.
I actually didn't see the red card incident. I saw some of the game towards the end of it. So the red card incident, I won't really speak as because I didn't see it, but from reports, there was a similar incident, I think this season or last season, but still stupid.
Yeah.
It's 2 yellow cards in one
play.
It's still, that's game management of the ref.
But you see, instances,
you know what I mean?
Instances of like that for me just show you the ref's character in general. Because the job of a ref is to manage a game. It's not to enforce, which most English refs tend to do. The job is to manage. As in, you need to make sure this game runs as smoothly as possible. You don't need to become the face of it. Yeah. And this is exactly what happened with the ref, Michael Oliver.
But my thing is, now, if you're going to be an enforcer, then you enforce across the board. It can't be it's the letter of the law when it comes to certain clubs. Other clubs, it's too early. Like, what do you hear when there's a bad tackle within the first 30 seconds of the game? We saw Sadio Mane elbow somebody in the first 10 minutes of a game. We want to keep it competitive.
Yeah.
You need to understand it's a heated game, what, and stuff like that. We were 1-0 up against a tough Wolves team. it's okay, throw in, try to block the throw in. Cool. You play advantage, even though it's a throw in, there's no advantage. You run across the pitch, try and stop the guy. So you shoulder barge him and you give 2 yellows. Like, come on, let's be serious. Like, in one play, like, let's be serious. And now you can't even appeal that because it's 2 yellows.
Because it's 2 yellows.
Like, I don't know what to say about that ref, man.
Yeah, and also players can't come and surround the ref because we saw what happened against Manchester City, where we got cited for surrounding the ref and whatnot. But yes, I don't think we're going to spend much time on that game. My thought process was...
Yeah, we won. We can move straight along from
my thought process was to lead to the fact that clearly Wolves took motivation from that because they did not want that situation to happen to them when they played against Tottenham Hotspurs. They took that 2-0. So I wanted to find out from... Let me start with you, Uncle Lukusa, because I guess you're the neutral in this conversation.
Nah, his second team is Spurs.
No, under Martin Yol it was when they played fantastic football. Since then, no.
So you're the neutral because I obviously know what's going to come out of Uncle Curtis's mouth. Tottenham Hotspurs going into a 3-game losing streak. Next game, City. Obviously, no one expects to pick up against City.
Yeah.
Your views on the Tottenham Hotspurs, this result?
Yeah, I think as great as a coach as you are, you can still only work with what you've got.
Yes.
Antonio Conte is amazing, right? And obviously when he came into Spurs, they had a few results and people were like, oh, he's amazing. And they were even, judging other coaches like, hey, you took over, you're not doing what he did. But obviously things will level out. And I think that's sort of what's starting to happen now. I mean, you saw his chats before the transfer window or whatever saying, hey guys, it's deep here. So they should still be able to beat Wolves. I mean, Wolves is a good team, but I mean, Spurs is not that bad. They should be able to beat Wolves, but it is what it is. They're not Champions League quality anymore as a squad.
Yeah.
As a squad, I don't think they're top 4 quality anymore.
Yeah.
But why is that? They didn't lose many players.
Didn't they?
No. It's essentially the same team.
Technically, they did.
Who?
Not many players, but they lost players that,
We're giving them excuses.
No, I don't think so. Because if you look at the squad...
it's not necessarily an excuse.
Champions League final.
Yeah. Remember, he was complaining there. He got to the what's his name, the coach at the time. They didn't sign a player that window.
Pochettino.
Yes.
And even after he got to the final, he said, guys, I don't remember what his words were, but it was basically on some, we can't repeat this. How we got here with no signings.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. But we're saying the players are not Champions League quality all of a sudden.
It's not all of a sudden. It's been for years. The Champions League final is what year?
2 years ago.
Hey?
2 years ago.
Is it
The
2
one
years
against
ago?
Liverpool.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not 2 years ago.
2 years ago, my boy.
It's not 2 years ago.
COVID
It's
times.
maybe 3 years ago.
No, it's 2 years ago.
No,
Okay, I'll have a check for it.
literally
Mourinho was still appointed after him. It's Pochettino that took them to a final. There was a whole Mourinho. So that's why I'm like, if it's 2
Mourinho
years.
lost
Yeah,
6
that's why I
months.
say it's 2 years. Dog, Mourinho lost 6 months. That was last season.
Yeah,
Then there was
I'm saying
there was
that
a caretaker manager.
that team was already on the decline then. 2 years later, it hasn't gotten better. So what's the excuse when even at that time we're saying it's not? Then they never got better.
A team that manages the Champions League final is not Champions League quality.
Yes.
Okay, it's good to know that Tottenham has been a terrible team for years.
All right. Yeah. Well, I guess you've given your
Oh,
thoughts.
2019. Okay. All right.
2 years ago.
So basically, my thoughts on this is that we can't really be surprised by Tottenham. Really, Tottenham is suffering what many other teams are suffering. The era of it's no longer just about talent. If you have a new coach and you don't adjust to the tactics, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Everyone is fit from the last team in the what's his name, from the bottom of the table team to top of the table team. Now, what separates you guys is tactics.
Yeah.
So, from Tottenham's point of view, I mean, Dele Alli finally has left. Harry Kane is just not
Better than
looked the
Ozil,
same.
huh?
Eh?
They said he was better than Ozil 2 years ago.
Come on. We knew that was
Listen to this midfield that started the game. It's Matt Doherty at one wing back, Ryan Sessegnon at the other wing back, Bentancur and Winks in the middle.
Joe, but the players that are not playing is players they got rid of. Dombele, gone. Sissoko.
Sharp, I hear you on it's their own fault. I agree with you there, but I'm just saying those names are not good enough.
Yeah, but then this is a one-off weekend. They're not playing week in, week out Wings. And
Yes, they are. Wings jams. Wings plays, bruh.
he's not playing week in,
Wings is playing, dog. That's his 11th appearance in the league.
Oh well, Hoiberg, that's his.
Hoiberg normally plays.
No, listen, Winks has, I don't know if he's
Wings
been,
comes off the bench.
I think Winks has been struggling with injury. But basically, Winks would be their guy. No, I do get you when you say that. But yeah, bruh, this Tottenham side has been in trouble for long. There's a mentality in here that needs to be corrected. There's a mentality that needs to be corrected in many teams. Speaking of mentalities that need to be corrected in many teams, Man United. Let me just see. Man United recently went up against Southampton. I was also going to bring up the Burnley game because the Burnley game was actually on the night that we recorded, so we didn't talk about that. So there's two fixtures for them. Sure. Man United went up against Burnley at Turf Moor. That was 1-1 at Turf Moor. And then they went up against Southampton at Old Trafford. That was 1-1 as well. If memory serves me correct, that's two games where they've lost points. Where they could have aimed 3. No. They won against West Ham. So basically it's 2 games. They drew against Burnley and they drew against Southampton. So in the last 5 games, they also drew against Aston Villa. So out of the 5 games, they've dropped points in 3 games. So I wanted to, let's start with Uncle Curtis. Let's get some haterade on this.
I'm gonna hate properly, man. Start with Lucas over there because I'm gonna hate properly. Because I'm gonna start. You're gonna talk about Man United and what you call this thing. In fact, I'm not gonna hate. I'm gonna hate on Pochettino.
Yes.
Linked to Man United.
Okay.
United are on the right path with Ralph Ragnick. Fixing major issues that have been there since Fergie has left is not gonna happen overnight. Nah, they're not losing games. They're drawing games. You can just see where they're short. They're getting an identity. You need an identity again to go where you want to go. So, personally, fire him, get another manager in so he can continue fucking up for another 2-3 years.
Yeah.
But if they stick with this manager, I think they'll head the right direction. Cause like what Ole did, Ole got rid of the players you should have. This guy's gonna get elite winners in the club now. He's gonna get the right players with the right mentality to get into the club and go for it. So that's how I feel about it. And then I'll give it to Lucas over there. And then after this, I'm gonna talk some my smack over here though.
Yes. So United, look. I think we've sort of said defensively this season. I don't know what the hell happened. To be honest with you, but defensively you're seeing the big holes, right? So we start the season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and we're conceding 2 goals a game.
Yeah.
This guy's taken over. It's better now. We're conceding 1 goal a game, but now under him we're also not scoring as much. So I hear what Chris is saying. We're making some steps forward. I don't know if it's enough steps. I'll give him the season before I really say. Or I'll give him the rest of the season before I really say if I'm supporting him or not. I like some of the things he's doing. He's changed the formation to a 4-3-3. Yeah. Which means Bruno and Pogba can play in the same team. Scott McTominay at the base. Scott McTominay does some things well and other things poorly. Right? But these games sort of played out the same way. Like Burnley, this game Southampton, and if you take the FA Cup loss to Middlesbrough, it played out the same way. United, fantastic in the first half. Take the lead in the first half. Starts the second half like shit. Concede a goal. Nothing happens after that. So it's...
You know what the scary part about this is that you guys were the opposite in the first part of the season when Ole was still around. You guys would start horribly. Like your first 45 would be atrocious. But then you guys did that, Fergie time, like you played that, that Fergie time type play.
Yeah.
And then I could start to see, okay, there's hope for you guys. I mean, under Ole, you guys were losing games and you'd come back. Now it seems as though you guys concentrated so much on perfecting the first half of play that you've just forgotten about second half. Yeah, so I find that funny. But also, you're another team that mentally, I don't know what's going on.
It's like, I want to ask Lucas, talk. Pochettino or Eric Ten Hag?
It sounds like the same chat to me, well, in terms of both of them. But realistically, I'd actually say Pochettino between those two.
Why?
Because I know you're gonna say this guy's won leagues, but I don't rate Dutch leagues. Or
You don't
I
rate Dutch leagues?
No.
Ten Hag, Champions League group, won all 6 games.
Sure, this guy got to a final. Pochettino.
Yeah, so the Ten Hag got to a semi-final. But you know what I'm saying? You got to a final was a once-off. It's a once-off. Wenger
But
got
his 6 wins in the group is not a once-off.
No, it's not.
It's one season.
No, it's not. Ajax made it to the semi-finals. Pochettino made it to a final once, and we haven't seen him in another semi-final since.
Was it Ten Hag that took them to the semi-final?
Yes. Was Ten Hag. He's been there for that many years.
Okay.
So he has proven Champions League quality. This season, you look at his record. It's 110 goals scored, 10 goals conceded in all competitions.
In the Dutch league?
No, all competitions. Champions League, all 110 goals. If it was 110 goals in the Dutch league, I would be. He's clearly making quality players better now.
Okay.
Nah, we got Pochettino at France. That man is struggling.
The same way. Okay, I hear you. I hear
Struggling.
You. I hear you.
He's struggling. You got Messi, you got Neymar, he can't handle big personalities.
Okay.
Nah. So I honestly think that it should be Ten Hag. I don't want him at United because then things might happen. But it's a manager with an identity. Decide what you want to do. What's this guy going to do? Even when you look at Ten Hag, I think he's not going to bring Dele Alli to your club to be a pretender from Doncaster Rovers in League 2. So Pochettino has had his chance, man. He's been coaching for years. He's been coaching at Southampton. He's been coaching at Espanyol. He hasn't won a trophy. He's made 1 Champions League final, and that's your career highlight.
Yeah, look. Obviously, you know my stance on it. That to me is harsh. Espanyol, you're not supposed to win a trophy with. Southampton, you're not supposed to win a trophy with. Spurs has got 1 trophy in 30 years. Are you supposed to win trophies with them?
Okay, but what I'm trying...
PSG maybe, but PSG we've seen Tuchel struggle. We've seen...
Okay, let's talk about this now. You're saying, let's look at all great managers. Ferguson, Aberdeen, you're not supposed to win a trophy with.
Yeah.
You look at Wenger, Monaco, you're not supposed to win a trophy with.
Yeah. Monaco. Yeah. You're not supposed to win with Monaco.
Back in George
Weah.
He got George Weah in there because of his...
But I'm saying Monaco's a bit strong. You're supposed to win with Monaco.
Okay, fine. What's another...
Because remember PSG is one of the newer clubs in France. Monaco used to be the ish.
Yeah, PSG's been around, my boy.
Nah, boy. Just check when they founded even.
PSG's been around, my boy.
PSG is not even 100 years old.
But they've been around, boy. They've been jamming.
Nah, my boy. The money has put them onto things. I remember PSG.
You forget Ronaldinho comes from PSG.
Sharp. They weren't winning leagues with him. But they weren't winning leagues with him.
That's why
but Monaco's not winning league. I'm saying PSG's been around. PSG, Monaco, same level. It's always been Lyon, Marseille.
Yeah.
It's always been Lyon, Marseille.
And
never
Monaco.
Not Monaco. Not Monaco.
Okay.
It's never been Monaco.
All right.
Okay. Give me another quality manager that's been winning league trophies. We're not going to talk about Pep.
Okay.
Because he went straight to Barcelona.
Klopp.
He did something at Dortmund. Nah, traditional winning. So you see what I'm talking about? We got managers. You're not supposed to win against Bayern Munich. Klopp did it.
Okay.
You're not supposed to win against Celtic. Ferguson did it. But for Pochettino, we must make excuse now. It's Espanyol, Spurs, and my boy, you should have won something. In Argentina, he coached a club there too. He won doors. So why are we making excuses for a 55-year-old man, whatever age he is now? His time is up. He's 50.
Maybe, yeah.
So I hear you. I'm not in the Pochettino camp to say he's great. But I'm just saying if the chat is the guy who's Premier League experience and more football experience versus the guy that did it in Holland,
in the Champions League, he's done it in the Champions League with Ajax, where his best players get stolen year after year.
1 semi-final. You're telling me that other guy 1 league title, 1 final, and you're telling me this guy 1 semi-final.
But he's winning trophies.
That's the same chat.
He's winning trophies. He's getting to these places, and he's consistently making
Then
quarterfinals.
we might as well hire Pizzo, dog. We might as well hire Pizzo, dog.
Yes, they should.
Away.
They should.
It doesn't matter where you're winning them.
I have a feeling we're spending too much time on this. Another question I wanted to ask you, Uncle Ugosa. Looking at Harry Maguire's recent performances, there have been calls basically off with his head. This
Yeah.
guy needs to bounce. Your thoughts on this?
He's cucked this season.
Yeah.
My thoughts on it. So yeah. So for me, there's other defenders that need to leave before him. Like, I hate Lindelof more than this guy.
Iceman.
Yes.
You hate Iceman though.
Yes. Because you know what? Maguire's problem is pace.
Yeah.
And he's slow on the turn. Cool. There's ways to counter that. If you have a disciplined defensive midfielder in front of him, sharp. Lindelof's problem is he loses every one-on-one. If the ball's in the air, you're winning it. If you're running behind it, you're winning it. You know, things like that. So,
Best player in Sweden.
Hey?
Best player in Sweden's history.
He's the best player in Sweden's history.
You know, no, okay.
My
Not,
boy,
not
like,
history.
like Henrik Larsson is spitting right now, dog.
Not history. Dude,
Zlatan, dog.
hasn't that guy won? Oh, okay. No, I'll actually have to check. But apparently he's won quite a lot of those Swedish Player of the Years. Kind of almost close to Ibrahimovic. I'll have to check.
Okay.
I'll have to check.
Okay, I mean that, but I mean, if everyone's fit, he benches for Maguire, right? So, but anyway, that's sort of covering up and putting somebody else in the firing line. Maguire has been terrible this season.
Yes.
Maguire has been really, really terrible this season. But what gets me is how often he gets caught one-on-one, and that's why I say a disciplined CDM in front of him knows this guy doesn't have pace. Maguire as a maybe sweeper is the wrong word, but I mean Maguire just sweeping up behind somebody that attacks the ball before him. I'm happy with Maguire like that.
You think guys are just playing now that, hey, bruh, as long as I play my part, you know that thing of like, dude, he'll be fine. Like, you know, when you're not playing for the team, kind of, it's kind of visible where you'll know Maguire's cock, but you will not run to cover him because it's going to make you look bad. If you get what I mean.
So I get what you mean, but that is thoughts I don't even think those players are having as yet. Right?
You think so?
Because I look at Scott McTominay and Fred, the people that are supposed to cover him up essentially, and I've been complaining about them all season.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean.
So you just think that it's just the way things are. It's not,
he's not the greatest.
It's not the evil genius in in one of their heads.
He's not the greatest. I think he can do with being pulled out of the team a little bit for now, because Rafael Varane is probably the best sweeper in football that I can think of as a player who just sits back and clears up everything. Cool, but he can only do it on his side.
Yes.
On the other side, this guy's slow as hell, Joe. So yeah,
shame.
not great, Maguire.
So what you'd say keep him as captain and what? Push up Bailey maybe?
The thing is, the captaincy thing is
even Jones.
If you take the captaincy from him, there's only one player you can give it to, De Gea. Honestly, for me.
But we've seen how much that weighs on him.
On De Gea.
Yeah.
De Gea's never been captain.
He has
no,
been.
Well, official. Like,
no.
Maguire took the captaincy from Ashley Young.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Not official captain, but the times where, for example, Maguire doesn't play or is injured and he takes the captain's armband.
Yeah.
For me, it feels like that. You know, some players, the band is too
100%. And that's the player last season was saying, get rid of this guy. His time is up. You know what I mean? Then Henderson caught COVID. Now he's flavor of the month again. So yeah, this squad has got quite a bit to do still.
I actually have a news break about Henderson, but I'll bring that up because there's a longer chain of conversation to talk about. But yeah, I guess Man United for you guys. That's just it's an unfortunate series of games. But I do agree with Uncle Curtis from that point of view, where once Ragnarik is done with his diagnosis, you guys will figure out what's wrong and what's right, basically. Yeah, man. But trying to figure out what you guys would like to talk about before we go into the break. Oh yes. Seems as though the new hero of Newcastle has picked up an injury. What is
Kieran Trippier.
Yes.
Kieran Trippier.
I'm trying to metatarsal.
He's out for a bit.
That Wayne Rooney injury.
I thought it was a meniscule. You know those words.
Yeah, it's a couple months.
So metatarsal. So basically, potential to be the rest of the season. He's out. So I also wanted to just maybe speak about Newcastle actually, because guys, I think we have to acknowledge the form that they've been in since the transfer window wrapped up.
Was the right signings made?
Yeah.
Big tall players like Dan Burn, if I'm not mistaken.
Dan Burn, Chris Wood.
Let's be physical.
Yeah. No, I must say, in the past 5 games, they've won 3, drawn 2. They've turned it around out of relegation zone. Okay. This is looking. It's Norwich, Watford, and Burnley at the bottom. So it's looking kind of right.
Norwich, Watford, and Burnley.
Yeah. So Burnley's at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I said Norwich and Watford. Still say Brentford. Still say Brentford will come through.
Hey, bruh, you might be right because they're out of 5 games they've lost 4, drew 1. So,
but it's tough teams they've been playing, man. Like next, they got Arsenal up at the Emirates.
Still have faith in them staying up, Brentford.
Yeah, if they get what's the thing that to me with Brentford now, if we come to the last 6 games and they're just playing teams in and around them, compared to other teams that still have to play Arsenal, United, you're gonna back Brentford then, because you know how it is. Momentum shifts very quickly. You lose against Arsenal, you lose against Tottenham, you lose against United.
Show this man their fixtures. Why are we saying what if? No, I was trying.
Okay.
Why are we saying what if?
So I think Brentford have been playing tough fixtures of late, nah? And these teams.
Remaining fixtures.
You'll finish, but let me check Brentford remaining fixtures over here. Okay.
The one thing that unsettles me about this Brentford side.
Literally.
Oh, it's just Brentford.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. Brentford, towards the end of the season, they're playing Leeds, Everton, Southampton, United, Spurs. Oh man, they got it tough towards the end. I take that back. Yeah, man, Lucas might be right. I take that back. I don't know what the other teams look like, but those are tough fixtures because Southampton are genuinely not conceding a lot. They're conceding 1 goal.
Let me check Burnley.
No, Burnley's been, bruh, they took a draw against us. That's when we were talking about we're in a crisis. They took a draw against, what's his name? Against United. Yeah. United also said they're in a crisis. So Burnley's never a side you want to face when you need a win.
But I get you saying, but Lucas might be right about Brentford, but I think they'll scrape it.
Yeah, I think, for me, the fairy tale's going to run out. To tell you the truth. For Brentford.
So,
I mean, the whole thing of them, money ball tactics, getting there with, limited budget, limited squad as well. Let's not forget that.
But Burnley after Chris Wood is I'm not so sure anymore. As in Burnley, I would have said 100%. Chris Wood and the way they play.
The guy that turned Maguire seems to be good.
That Weghorst or something.
Got nice feet. He's a big man with nice feet.
Yeah.
Physicality wise, I haven't seen any as of yet.
Yeah.
But for me, he's got nice feet. Yeah.
Because Burnley's still scrapping, man. Like they just narrowly lost out to Liverpool.
Thing is for me of these teams, right? Goal scoring is one thing, but it's the team that concedes less for me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Burnley can keep a clean sheet.
Of course.
Burnley can hit draws. It's actually draws that get you through.
Burnley keep clean sheets in their sleep, too.
Yeah. It's actually draws that take you through. Like Watford is down there because they just concede. How many points is
Brentford on?
Brentford on 24.
They only need 14 to survive.
They are 7 points ahead of the...
And so they'll need around about 14 to survive. I think Brentford can get that.
Let's look at an important thing that
14 and 25.
Let's look at an important one that Man United guys like to refer to. Game in hand. Need to see how many games they have in hand.
Who?
Well, Brentford.
No, they're on the bottom.
They've played more. They've played more than the teams below them.
Played more than everyone.
No, Brentford on 25. Okay, cool.
25,
more
23,
than everyone
22.
below them.
Yeah, but we're talking about the relegation. Norwich, don't have to worry. Watford, don't have to worry. Everton, 3 games less, but you never know with that one. So,
but you see, that's what I'm saying. The teams that are below you have significantly lower. What's his name? lower games than you.
See, but then if you look at if we're gonna take a team that's below them, that could overtake them, nah? Because Norwich are on the one game behind them. They're on 17 points.
So just for your reference, Brentford is in 14th, Leeds is 15th, Everton 16, Newcastle 17, Norwich 18, Watford 19, Burnley 20.
I think they'll finish 17th.
10-point gap between the bottom place and the Brentford.
Yeah, Brentford is not going to go.
That can eat up quickly, boy.
But that's what I'm saying.
My boy, eat up quickly against who?
Difference?
All
guys.
they get in is draws.
4 games. Brentford have played 4 games more than Burnley.
Yes, but Burnley's not going to win 4 on the run.
But what I'm telling you is they have to just win 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
2.
They don't have to.
Draw
right?
2, win 2, draw 2.
Next game against Brighton. You're still behind me.
They're playing against Brighton.
With more games to go, now we're closer.
Yeah.
No, but you're still behind me.
Yeah, with more games to go, now we're closer.
Okay, let me look at Burnley fixtures. Somebody give me Burnley fixtures.
Burnley fixtures.
Because Burnley, you're not going to, Burnley are more likely to get draws. Burnley, towards the end of the season, don't get a lot of it.
Let's save that for part 2. We can get our refreshments. We can have this, it's not going to last for long. I guess once we find out the fixtures, then we can, actually debates do tend to last long on the show. So yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining us for part 1. Catch us in part 2. We'll be discussing round about the same old. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Cheers.